Okay, so I'm not going to cache these out yet. I want to simulate the flags first and just cache it all together, because this isn't taking that long to cache, so I'm not going to bother. So first thing we need to do is split out the flags, okay, or the agents with the flags. So I'm just going to put at state is wave, okay, and that should give me, if I put this to points, yeah, so that will separate out all the agents holding flags. Perfect. And okay, over this side, so this is where we're going to be simulating the vellum. So I want to give some color to the flags, so I'm just going to do an attribute randomize. Just give me I want to have just two colors for the flags. So later obviously we'll be adding textures to the agents themselves, but for the flags and the stick, we'll set that up here, just something very simple. So what I want to do is have two values, and let's see, let's do like a blue there, and then like a different, just a slightly different blue, not a purple there. Okay, so we got two types of blue randomly scattered on them. Okay, and then what we need to do is use an agent vellum unpack. So that's specifically made for this workflow. As you can see there, the picture is like an agent with a cape on it. So what are we simulating? So the name of the shape. Okay, so we got all the different parts of the collision. We're not using that, ignore all them. So we got all the things that we were looking at before, and then we got the flag and the pole. So we're just simulating the flags. Okay, so we can get rid of everything else, typical names, hair, and cloth. And I want the color as well. Grab that, the attribute. Okay, everything else here we can leave as it is. And then we just drop a vellum solver. And go, connect that up. Okay, so that's going to be, you can see there that it's using the rest of the agents as a collision geometry. So yeah, you might spot that, we are going to get intersections between these flags and the other agents around them. Okay, and I'm not too bothered about that, again, because the camera's going to be far away and moving as well. We're going to have motion blur, everybody standing up, sitting down. You're not going to notice. Okay, you might, but it's not worth the bother, right? So you could use this agent as a point and bring in a load of agents around it, and use them as a collision. Well, obviously, you could do that if you want, but I'm not going to bother. Great. So in here, the only thing I'm going to do is just drop down lower the gravity a bit, so there's a bit less gravity, just to make them the flags kind of float around a little bit, and maybe just give it one more sub step, a couple of sub steps there. Cool. And let's see, so yeah, well, we should get the, let me see, I want to just get the stick from here. Right, so here I've got the agent and the stick, but the agents I want to, because we need them in a layer without the stick and the flag later, okay, and packed, because now they're unpacked also, I believe. Yeah, they're, well, unpacked down to one layer. You can see all the points there. So I'm going to grab them here where they're still packed. So what I'm going to do here is delete the, going to do the pole. We've still got the group pole, and delete non-selected. So now I've just got the pole there. and just give it like some kind of browny color. Make sure it has normals so we can see those colors. There we go. And yeah, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know, desaturated, something like that. That doesn't stand out too much. And just merge that with the flag. Okay, maybe drop the normals underneath. So we have normals on both. Right, so that should start simulating fine. Maybe we could test this just by deleting one of the agents. If I do that, delete, get rid of that, delete, non-selected. Okay, I don't think I'll bother with a flipbook, just one quick test just to make sure everything is working. That looks fine. Okay, so I got the flag and the stick here. So from here I want, if I grab an agent edit, okay, so now I've got these agents with their flags. If I change the layer and just do it to 1, there I've got the same thing but without, not to number 1, yeah, sorry, to number 1. So I've got the same clip but without the stick and the flag in the hand, right? And then I'm just going to drop an attribute delete, because coming from the sim we're going to have a load. What's going on there? I dropped the spray paints by accident. Yeah, you can see we've got loads of attributes which, you know, could come in handy, but you know, we really don't need them, and they're just going to be adding weights to our cache, right? So we'll delete most of them and just save the ones that we might need. So I'm just going to drop a star for all attributes except for p scale. So if we don't have this, then they'll be very big when we render them. What else? By the way, yeah, so the little hat there means except for, yeah? So star means delete everything, and the little triangle means except for p scale. I want the orient, the name, and maybe the ID as well. That can be handy. ID, okay. Okay, so yeah, we're getting rid of the color there as well. Grab another one of them for all of these agents. Good. What I might do is just drop a merge, bring them together, put that in there, normal at the bottom. So just before we actually cache this out, a couple of things we need to take care of first. Obvious one is just getting rid of this blast node so that we're getting all of our flags, but also something else which I came up in that I noticed while developing this. Well, in the setup, remember in the agent layer, okay, we use this transform. So for each piece here, we used the hips as a transform, right? And what I found is when this renders, it's quite strange. In the viewport, it looks okay, but then when it renders, the agents kind of drop down, and I think it's to do with the position of the point, right? So they kind of, it's almost like they get instanced on that point or something. So yeah, when the agents are unpacked, they seem to render okay, which is what we did in the previous course. But in this course, we're going to leave the agents packed, and then yeah, so they kind of just drop down in the render. So what I found to solve this is just to change the transform from the hips. So I'm just going to select all of the agent layers here, okay, and then we'll do them all at the same time. Make sure you don't select the bottom one, so we don't want to change the left hand here and here. Okay, so grab all these other layers and change all of these to let's see, woman agents, this one. Okay, so I'm just going to go through each of them. So you won't see any difference now, but it just prevents a problem later on in the render. Okay, and then for the man, it will be man agent, or maybe not. Where is it? So yeah, man agent. Okay, and the same, so paste all of these. If you want, you can do a test render so you can see the difference, but we don't need to do that. Good. Okay, so that should filter through the crowdsource and into our sim. It should update all automatically, just in case we come into the simulation and just reset that. Okay, and just visualize it. Hopefully we'll see our guys coming through. Great. And then now we can cache that out. So okay, so just drop a file cache. And yeah, I'm going to save 200 frames. Let's see, I'm going to drop it into my hip, into my sim, make a new, I'm going to do a version 2, accept. I'll just say crowd sim dot version 2 dot version 1 in your case, and then we need a $f3 dot video. Great. Okay, I think that's all good to go. Just double check, got that blast off. Save that. So this will take about an hour to run all the way. Well, it took me about an hour for 200 frames. Depends on your computer, obviously. But just be aware of that. Okay.